What's up, you beautiful people? We are back once again to another malicious compliance. So let's get in the stories, and I'll see you in a bit. You want straight A's? Okay, Mom, I'll get straight A's. This particular incident was back in 8th grade, but my mom's always been competitive about scholastic achievements. I wasn't bad at academics, but saved my competitive streak for more important things, like kicking my friends' asses at Street Fighter. Anyway, the morning of the math test, I felt absolutely unwell. The conversation went something like this. Mom, I don't feel good. I need to stay home. No. She's from India. They straight up don't accommodate sick days. Hopefully it changed since. I tried to explain America's more chill about these things, but somehow it didn't work. So I sped through the test, handed it in, ran out the door, with permission, and vomited in the first toilet I got to. Yeah, definitely going home for the day. As a result of subpar performance on my test, my grade for the quarter was an A-. Cue Mom. An A- is the same as a B+. You need to do better. I was pretty salty about the situation with the test. So like any 11-year-old with cable in my own room, I binge-watched Toonami instead of paying attention to my math homework for the rest of the semester. Shockingly, at the end of it, I had a B+. Mom wasn't pleased. Some generic yelling later, I came back with, "It's the same as an A-. Welcome to the commutative property, Mom." The time I did exactly what the Japanese police and Mr. Belligerent wanted me to do. To start, this is not malicious compliance against the Japanese police, as it is against a customer from hell. Oh, and if the police are called to a dispute, they won't take sides unless a law is being broken in front of them. That is for the courts to sort out. They just keep the peace, talk to the two parties, and try to work things out. On to the story. In 2008, I was a club owner in Japan. I rented the place from a rascally old man who let me do pretty much what I wanted. The club had a motorized mirror ball hanging from the ceiling, a pool table, and a projector there left over from the former renters that the landlord said I was free to use. I made a lot of money using the downtime. A club is pretty much wasted space during the day, setting up party space type events, after weddings, reunions, and the like. Here is an actual picture of one of the sit-down type events. Go to the post down below if you want to check out the link. The table would disappear at night, and you would have a dance floor. One party got a little rowdy, and during the festivities, the crazy host lady thought it was a good idea to pick up a chair and swing it over her head. Don't ask me why, she was very drunk. The arc of the swing launched the mirror ball into the air, smashing to the floor in 1,000 shiny pieces. After my staff cleared up the broken glass, she promised to pay for it, and I thought that was that. I jumped online, found a like model on Amazon JP, and added the price to their bill. I don't remember the price, but being motorized put it up past $100, with the non-motorized version selling for much less. About 3 hours after, a very angry host lady's husband shows up receipt in hand, saying I scammed the drunk host lady and he was going to call the police and shut me down, and ramble. Our back and forth went on for quite a bit, and honestly, I was getting a bit tired of his macho in your face attitude. He then said he would also talk to my landlord and get me evicted. I was at the eye-rolling stage and sarcastically said, "Oh, don't get him involved. You'll regret making him mad." Unfortunately, sarcasm doesn't translate well in Japanese, and he jumped on my humor gaffe to say I was threatening his life and called the police. The cops were totally professional, but a bit overzealous in responding to the call. 3 patrol cars and 2 bikes showed up. I guess the guy made it out that I was in league with the mob, and I guess Gaijin plus Yakuza. In the 1990s or 2000s equals overkill. They listened to us together, then separated us and got each side of the story. Then just to be sure, the police talking to each of us switched places and asked all over again the same question. Slowly the cars, one by one, went back to work, leaving only 2 motorcycle cops with us in the back and forth argument, all very tedious. Finally, one of the cops pulled me aside and said, "Look, he is willing to pay for the damages, but only if you apologize for threatening his life." Being American, where we see lawsuits everywhere, I was very reluctant to say such a thing. So I walked back to the man and the police and I asked everyone, if I apologize for him getting frightened, the whole business is done? The angry man has his arms crossed with a macho smug, "Yeah, loser, say you're sorry," look on his face. The 2 policemen are also waiting for me to speak. "I am really sorry. Really so sorry you get scared so easily. Had I known," implying your weakness, "I would have chosen my words more carefully." Damn, if extremely polite Japanese can't turn into a slap in the face. Dude turns beet red, and I swear to you, the policeman on the left let his guard down just enough to let the corners of his mouth twitch into a grin. Just for a moment. Then the policeman said, "He did as you asked, now time to go home," and they herded him to his car. Thank you very much for sitting through all that. Hope nothing was lost in translation. Family I stayed with didn't let us wash undies in their washing machine, so I used the bathroom sink. Sorry for the slight TMI, but it's a funny story. My friend and I stayed with her extended family for a week while we were holidaying together, and they had some really strange rules, including absolutely no TV for their 2 young sons, 4 and 6. No seasoning on food like sauce or cheese. Completely plain foods only. Certain rooms in the house we weren't allowed into, e.g. the game room and upstairs bathroom. We stayed there for free and in return helped with cooking and watching the kids. So we had to follow the rules perfectly because the kids told their parents everything. They were good kids, just keen to share as kids that age are. The strangest rule they had was that guests couldn't wash their underpants in their washing machine. We were to find another way to wash them. The obvious place would be in the shower, but we were only allowed to use the downstairs shower, which drained too slowly for a shower to go longer than 5 minutes. If we washed our undies, we wouldn't have enough time to properly shower before the water would overflow into the floor. So we washed our undies in the bathroom sink, the one they would often use to wash their hands and sometimes brush their teeth. They weren't bad or mean people, just a bit odd with some things. I appreciate them having us for the week, and they took us out with them to dinner and paid, and wouldn't accept money for groceries. So I felt a bit bad for doing something I knew they would definitely not like, but what else could we do? You want me to finish cleaning so you can leave earlier? Okay. This happened last night at work. I work in a restaurant where it is encouraged to talk to your table some, especially if you're not busy. It was about 11 p.m. We closed at midnight and everyone was rushing to do their assigned side work in order to leave as soon as possible. I understand this, don't get me wrong. I want to go home too. However, my only table was right beside the area that I was assigned to clean, so I was cleaning and tending to my table at the same time. After all, there's still an hour left until closing time. Around maybe 11:15 p.m., I'm standing at my table because I decided to take a break on cleaning for a second. I'm joking around and taking beer orders for my table. No real rush because we don't close for a while. Enter coworker C and coworker S, who butt into the conversation with my table. The following happens right in front of my customers. Coworker C: "Hey OP, can you do me a favor?" OP: "Sure, what is it?" Coworker C: "Can you I don't know, do your job and clean the wait station? My table is about to leave and I'm trying to get out of here by 12:15. Maintains the fake rude smile the whole time. Coworker S: "Yeah, my table is about to leave too and I want to go home. So stop standing around and start your side work." OP: "I've already started cleaning. I'm just taking my time because we don't close for another 45 minutes and I have a table." Coworker S: Can you just finish it so we can go home earlier? OP, sure thing. My coworkers leave and my table proceeds to talk about how rude and unprofessional they were being. I understand asking someone to do something, but at least ask nicely and don't do it in front of customers like that. I work with the kind of girls who care more about going home sooner than they do about the quality of their customer service. Oh crap, they were both girls. That's a deep voiced girl, I guess. I go back to cleaning and talking and refilling drinks. It gets to be around 11:30 and two separate groups of people walk in the door. Here comes the malicious compliance. It's part of our jobs to seat guests accordingly to the server rotation chart. About 5 people walk in the front door. I go to greet the guests and look at the chart. Coworker C and Coworker S were next in rotation to be sat. There were 2 separate groups, so I sat both groups into the sections of Coworker C and Coworker S. They both look visibly upset. They've been set 30 minutes to close. They had to stop their cleaning to go tend to the new guests. And my guests had just paid their tab and were leaving. Once my guests had left and I had no more tables, I started cleaning with my full attention. I finished up cleaning the wait station around 11:50. I see Coworker C carrying out food to her table 10 minutes to close. I wait for her to drop off the food and leave. I go up to her. My side work is done. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the stories. And if you liked it and you're new around here, consider giving the channel a subscribe, for I strive to do stories every single day. And if you really liked it, maybe give it a thumbs up or a share. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.